about forcing people to not pull out. My uterus is like flipped, and so the entrance is kind of all the way like up and in the back around the corners.
All right, start the show. Cue the music, Kyle. The uterus is flipped on Jerry.
It's called like retroverted or something like that.
You got a retro ute?
Yeah, she likes vintage and like the 70s.
Repurposed?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. It's disgusting.
Birth control, people. Use it.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to OK Bud, the podcast where everything's gonna be okay, bud. I am Ben Kissel at BenKissel1, joined by Jerry Aquino.
None of that was true.
At Miss_Jerry, that's Jerii, and Kyle Plouffe.
I do not have a uterus.
At Kyle Plouffe. Everything is going to be okay, Jerry, just because your uterus was put in by God all wrong. Check out the Patreon, patreon.com/diebud. Also, shoot us an email. Animals? Sure. Stories? Why not? okbudpod@gmail.com. Let us know your thoughts. And I share pictures of animals on Wednesdays on my Instagram.
Oh,
Isn't that nice?
it is so nice.
Isn't that nice? All right, let's get to an update. We discussed this woman. Her nickname is a nickname everybody wants, the Delco Pooper.
No.
You don't want that one?
I don't want that one.
The Delco Pooper, she is in luck, or is she? The Pennsylvania woman accused of pooping on someone else's car. She's also the star of OnlyFans, an OnlyFans.
She was not accused.
But
She was filmed doing it.
Well, that's part of the accusation.
Yeah.
She still is accused, and she's smiling in her mugshot, and she's super happy to be there because she's gone. She's evacuated the waste.
Yeah, she feels 1,000 pounds lighter, and she also looks like a DreamWorks villain.
She really does. She really does. And I love the new Pixar movie where the main villain just shits on all the cars from the movie Cars.
Exactly.
So her lawyer is upset and she's upset as well because her legal troubles just got worse.
Uh-oh.
Her name is Christina Salamito. And a solid is indeed what she poured on that car. No, it was a messy moose.
Was it Sausalito turkey?
Yes. Maybe she was eating too much turkey.
Yeah.
I feel like deli meat does not give you the most congealed dukes.
Deli turkey gives me the runs.
Congealed Dukes?
Yeah, that's technically a healthier poo.
Like it sounds like a dog's name. Congealed Dukes. Come over here.
Or a wonderful, another drag queen name that we just came up with.
Congelia Dukes?
Congelia Dukes.
I love
it.
that.
Also, R.I.P. Jiggly Caliente. Jerry sent us the memorial tribute to her on our Instagram, and it was a very tough day for them. Also, Jim Irsay, the owner of the Colts, has died.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Two very similar people.
Well, different people, but they both touched lives, didn't they?
Yeah.
So, it's not just her dumping the poops anymore that is getting her in trouble. They have added extra charges. So, she has now been charged with lewdness, which is stacked upon indecent exposure, disorderly conduct, criminal mischief, harassment, and then depositing waste on a highway. That one I would fight because she deposited waste on a car.
It was like a cul-de-sac.
A side street.
It was.
Yes.
It wasn't even on a highway.
Not a highway and not a car.
Yeah.
So if I'm her lawyer, and she probably has enough money for me. I work mostly in Snickers wrappers, so I can smell the Snickers but not eat it, trying to lose weight. That I would say, cul-de-sac, pooped on a car, I didn't shit on the highway. Officer.
Very true.
Exactly.
If you want to look at it factually, literally, if you want to look at the
Look
tape,
at the footage.
do I look like I'm shitting on a highway?
No, and does it look like we're... Wow, I just watched the video again. It really is just a phenomenal...
It's just this diaper thing that gets me every time. Mm-hmm. And she's still... And that proud walk as she, like, leaves the car.
It really is. It's like a toddler who just did something horribly wrong and doesn't realize that he's in a bunch of trouble and because he thinks he did something right.
Yep.
So anyway, the video went viral, and she has been bombarded with threats, and she even had to hire a private security guard.
Threats?
Yeah.
What kind of threats?
Oh, you poop on another car, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna feed you until you poop on my car.
Yeah.
I bet you she's closer to finding a lover than she is finding a hater, because
She's got an OnlyFans.
She's got an OnlyFans. And
God.
for some reason, my algorithm has been showing me a lot of interviews with women that do fecal play for money.
Oh,
I don't know why. I didn't Google that, search that, and I didn't do it.
Are you sure?
I didn't do it.
Cool.
What happens after midnight between my fingers and my brain, I'm not accountable for.
Right.
So she has been bombarded with threats, and then she hired a private security guard, which does make me think of the movie Bodyguard. And is this going to be romantic at any point? The poopy bodyguard,
Probably not.
the booty guard.
Does not sound good.
You don't think that she has a little Kevin Costner outside of her house right now? Just being like, how's the flow going today, darling? Nope, no one's out here. No one wants to kill you today, darling. And then they string up a romance.
That could happen, I guess.
Love is in the air.
You don't even know who this guy is yet.
We don't know.
Let's find out.
I'm on her OnlyFans right now. She charges $30 a month
That's not bad.
for her toes.
Oh, that's right.
That's why she's a foot guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I guess explains why she was walking all funny. You got to protect the toes. The toes got to be leaning up towards the sun. You want to
She's
get
got
your
a
toes
fucking-
right. Those are her toes.
These are her toes, and she's got like an abscess on her foot.
She has a cyst.
Probably from the poop that dripped down and splashed all over the place.
Is the fetish that you really like swollen feet?
They are quite swollen. The nails are done well, but a lot of women find Adrian Brody to be quite handsome, and she sort of has the Adrian Brody face of feet
She really does.
because it's unique. She's got a unique quality to her.
Oh my God, she has a big nose for toes.
So she has a defense. She has a defense, and the defense is the attorney declined comment. That's her defense right now.
Oh,
Her
cool.
attorney. So they were like, "What's her defense?" And then the attorney was like, "We're not going to comment because hey." And then they said they're not going to address the Christina ordeal at this time, and they say everybody's entitled to their day in court. So
Perfect.
we shall see what happens with the Delco pooper as the drama continues.
The Delco.
I mean, this is a huge
It's
story.
just the worst.
It
and
really
now in
is.
Delco, she can't walk around anywhere.
No.
Yeah, because she has blisters all over her feet.
Well,
Yeah.
also, if you
She
are
physically cannot walk anywhere.
if you're a foot model, do you want to show your feet for free? I assume you cover those up at all times.
Yeah.
That's,
Well,
you gotta
this
pay
is
for
the
those
profile picture.
Oh, that's her OnlyFans profile.
Yeah, that's the OnlyFans profile picture.
It looks like she's on a beach, but more of like a rock.
Yeah.
And
That's supposed to reel me in?
I
That reels me out.
how do they see how many subs she has? Does it say how many people are paying $30 a month to look at this chick's feet?
It just says she's got 72 posts, 187 pictures, 66 videos.
Okay.
So it doesn't say how many people are
Well, I hope honestly,
on them.
no news is bad news. This is probably going to help her OnlyFans.
It really is. She's probably going to get a pretty cool deal, some kind of an ambassador brand deal in some corner of Instagram.
Toilet paper brand.
Toilet paper brand,
Yeah.
absolutely. And as we know in today's era, there really is. I mean, there is bad press, but you flip it. So she is going to have to start working in some car play.
She is going to have a book out soon.
She needs a book.
Yeah.
Yes, and
Yeah,
all
it's like-
about how you shit in moments when you really need to. Almost a defense mechanism book.
Yeah.
She's almost better than
Oh my God! It could
the
be
Israeli military.
It could be a life coach book at
It
the
could be
same
a life
time.
coach book,
Like,
yeah.
Hey, don't shit the bed. Shit on someone's car.
Shit the car.
Shit
better
the
than
car.
Shit the hood.
Know your worth.
Know your worth, absolutely. And $30 a month for her 10 toes.
Yeah.
It could be like a church, like in the church driveway when they do the car washes. She poops on the car, and then they do the car wash right after.
Absolutely, a different kind of
Whoa.
baptism.
No.
Maybe a baptism in order to become a Hollywood celebrity. Let's talk about it. We haven't been covering the Diddy trial because it's been everywhere and everyone knows what's going on, and it's interesting to see it unfurl in real time. But this story that came from the Diddy trial brings us more into our realm.
What's our realm? What do
Our
you
realm
mean?
is food.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
it's like, I'm not in any similar realm of that story.
Food. There is food.
Okay.
There's a food conversation.
There's a food conversation?
We go from juicy shits to food.
Exactly.
Got it.
And dare I-
Appetizing.
it does involve applesauce.
Okay.
Okay. So jurors, they say that this was, or people watching the jurors in the trial say this was the first time the jurors looked actively disgusted.
Ooh, wow! After everything,
This is one of those areas where when someone does something that all of us do and they do it slightly weird, you can really internalize this person different. So, what got the jurors disgusted? Diddy, apparently he puts applesauce on his cheeseburgers. And
sounds
this is where
interesting.
what's that?
Okay.
that sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting?
Yeah.
You haven't.
Neither of you guys rejected this outright.
No.
No, you haven't
I'm
fully
listening.
lost me yet.
Well, maybe you guys should go be for his defense.
Seriously?
Yes.
Okay.
This is like depositing waste on a highway. This isn't that bad.
It wasn't on a highway.
It was in a cul-de-sac to her defense, but what
Exactly.
are you talking? How are you guys? What?
There's a little. It's a little
This is
apple.
disgusting.
Where is this going? Where is this going? That's it?
I thought
That's
there
the
was gonna
whole
be-
thing?
I thought there was going to be an uproar. I thought people were like, guilty, put him in. Who cares what he did to Cassie? He puts
This
applesauce
is-
on hamburgers.
This is what got the people in the jury to fully, actually, actively show disgust.
They are still New Yorkers.
No,
And
So
to
am
get
I.
to get into the mind. Well, right. So you actively showed love.
I didn't actively show anything.
You did.
I said, I'm listening, ... And you
So
didn't
jurors-
complete anything.
changes the flavor profile.
He puts applesauce on cheeseburgers. Again, I thought that was kind of the bomb.
I would have, I mean,
But disgusted-
I could try a light spread.
Why?
Because I like
On
when
cheese,
things have,
applesauce and cheese.
yeah, because I'm thinking
a
of
thing?
the savory and sweet complex thing that
Oh, and
would
now,
go together.
yeah, and I guess people
Yeah.
do sometimes eat apples and cheese.
And sometimes people eat pineapples on cheese.
Charcuterie board.
So
Well, either way, it was
charcuterie board?
Yeah.
yeah. Charcuterie board might have a little apple. Who wants
yeah, that's
applesauce
true.
on a
little bit of
charcuterie
sweet,
board?
Yeah, a little bit
Because-
of brie.
No, because charcuterie boards are you're supposed to share it with people.
It would be like an apple fig spread.
Yes, a fig
Damn,
spread.
that sounds delicious.
It does. That does sound good. Maybe
Yeah,
we should
yeah.
get a charcuterie board at some point.
Maybe I should get you a cheeseburger and sneak some applesauce in it.
Yeah. Uh-huh. That's right. I feel like a real mogul. And then I'll be like, walk over the Brooklyn Bridge and give me some cheesecake.
Yeah.
Because that's what he did to make his little band where then you could be molested, perhaps, allegedly, by him.
Okay.
So the second mention of Combs' fondness for applesauce-laden cheeseburgers, it came this past week when ex-employee George Kaplan testified that he would use his black Amex card and a nickname to order.
You can't say
What you talking about?
his black Amex card.
It was the high. That's the highest one.
It was fun. The emphasis was fun.
Yes. I have the gold one, but I don't use it anymore because it turns out they bill you at the end of the month.
For what?
It's like what you charge on there.
Yeah. What do you put on it?
Stupid. So Kaplan told the defense that that he likes to put on these things on his thing, but then on his burgers, applesauce on his burgers. But then he also said that he was the one who bought yacht leases, villas, and then he also bought the baby oil. And then the defense attorney was like, applesauce? Question mark? Because that's really where they want to bring the trial. Because they want to be like the Punisher who fucking banged his girlfriend's mouth for a while, unwilling to whatever, who knows?
Dude.
But they want to focus on applesauce because if this trial, much like OJ focused more on the LAPD, systemic racism, if we can make if the Diddy defense team can focus this on applesauce, on applesauce on cheeseburgers, much like you two, I think at the very least, I'll get a mistrial.
Yeah.
Because Six will be like, it's disgusting. Six will be like, I like it.
Hey.
And then they're going to lose the entire plot
Yeah.
of what the RICO charges are.
Right.
Went from sex trafficking and racketeering to crisscross applesauce.
Yeah.
They literally did cross-examination on this.
Yeah.
So Kaplan responded, Mr. Combs loves applesauce and eats it on the side or on the top of a lot of things.
He's using it as a dip.
Oh my God.
On this,
Little
maybe
dip.
a dip for his French fries, perhaps.
Whoa.
And then the defense attorney says, cheeseburgers? And then Kaplan says, cheeseburgers being one of them. I don't know why this is in the trial. I
is
don't
this
know.
conversation happening?
To
I
me,
don't-
the bigger crime is when someone puts garlic in mayonnaise and they call it aioli.
Shut the fuck up.
If you
Shut up.
fucking call it aioli,
No, it's
it's
different.
mayo.
It's not mayo, it's aioli.
Oh,
It's
you're one of these people?
aiolis.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Why
buddy.
are you so passionate about mayonnaise?
Because it's not aioli, it's fucking mayonnaise.
I mean, if you add garlic,
They're trying to gussy it up.
Aioli.
No, mayonnaise is
Garlic does gussy up
It does
anything it touches.
Yeah, it does gussy it up. Now, how does it feel?
I
How's
use
it feel
it.
now, Kyle?
I use it, but I don't call it aioli.
Maybe you should garlic yourself.
Yeah, I already do.
Garlic
called
does-
not showering.
Kyoli.
Yep, Kyoli. Is there garlic sauce in your spunk? Yeah.
Ew.
You know you're supposed to eat pineapples. Oh, is it pineapples? I thought it was garlic.
Applesauce.
It was black licorice and garlic.
I just wanted to make sure you weren't a vampire because I only see you at night after 11 p.m. No, I'm just a working gal who also likes to fuck on the side. So they go on and they talk a lot more about the cheeseburgers and the applesauce because this is what the jury wants to hear. And the jury, who knows what they're going to think when finally.
What do you mean because the jury wants to hear it?
Well, apparently the jury was aghast. And then the defense is like, ooh, this is good because I'm sure, like we just discussed, some jurors smiling, some jurors sad. If you're the defense of Diddy, you're like, a mistrial would be awesome. Let's go. So maybe that's why they kept it going.
I could also just add to like the oddities of his character.
Yes, they're saying
Yeah.
it's eccentric.
Oh, it's very eccentric. It's like a freaking like pregnant woman thing.
Yes, it is eccentric. Also, pregnant women, I bet you they would do well on the foot sites because some people really do like swollen big old feet.
Yeah.
They get swole.
This wasn't the only person to testify about the applesauce loving apple burger loving Diddy.
Uh-oh.
Another dude, David James, also testified when he was working with the hip hop star. He would do the applesauce combo as well. He was also asked, his former boss, he required the use of ketchup. So they're talking about ketchup now.
I love
When
ketchup.
Combs was
I
in
do
the
love
UK,
ketchup.
he traveled with American ketchup
American.
because he didn't like the tomato sauce that was British ketchup.
Damn.
So his defense is really trying to get away from all the other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they're going cuisine.
They're talking about ketchup and applesauce
Yeah.
and cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
So if you're the prosecution, you're like, whoa, this is their bloody glove moment. This is huge.
How is I guess so. They
this
could.
is two. There are two witnesses, so that has to be this has
Veer
taken
it
at least
off
8
course.
hours.
Veer it off course.
Veer it off course. So James also says for Diddy, he would pack up applesauce. And then the defense attorney says, were you aware? This is amazing. Were you aware he put applesauce on his cheeseburgers? That's what the defense asked.
Kill him now.
And then the other guy says, I was not aware, but I knew he liked applesauce.
Wow.
So this is just fascinating.
Intriguing.
Yes, this needs to be on News Nation right now. This needs to be on all the courtroom dramas.
Indubitably.
And also, jurors grimaced when Agnalifio mentioned that Combs liked applesauce on his cheeseburgers, with one of the panelists making a gag-like gesture.
A gag-like gesture.
Yeah.
Do you think that gag-like gesture involved a finger or 2 fingers or like his whole hand in his mouth?
Well, I just don't know, but this seemed like I haven't heard anything. Again, we've heard some pretty intense testimony, a lot of very disturbing visuals,
Yeah.
but no one has said the jurors have been gagged,
Yeah.
have felt like they want to throw up yet.
Gaggity gag.
Gaggity gag. But now, as we're finding out more about his appetite, things are really, really falling apart for him.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
So if I'm his defense, maybe you want to veer away from this. Maybe there's one juror who's like, I didn't mind it. I didn't mind the freak-offs. Like his music. Applesauce on a cheeseburger, guilty.
Oof.
15 years to life. Get him out of here. So
But then
anyway,
they get applesauce in prison. He's going to be putting that on his ramen.
They do get applesauce in
Yep.
prison. So anyway, that's just the breaking news. And it was a lot. So,
Yeah.
Intense. What an intense day in the courtroom.
oh, also in a more serious note, apparently Diddy did throw a bunch of apples at one of his girlfriends named Gina in 2015.
Yeah, but applesauce.
That's how he makes
right?
the sauce.
He throws it at his girlfriends at the
The
time.
sausage is made.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe that's why they got on the track, because then they were like,
Why are so many apples in the house?
so many apples in the house with all the baby oil and stuff. And then they say that he loved to throw apples hard. And then Kaplan, again, his assistant, says he was very angry. So Gina was trying to shield herself with her arms and trying to move away from the apples. But she got hit with the apples.
Oh,
What
boy.
a fucking cartoon scene.
And he lives in the Big Apple,
Yeah.
so he's
Yeah.
getting after it.
So there we go. So that's big news.
Wow.
Big Apple news coming out of the trial.
Intense day in the court.
No one else is going to cover that.
It sounds, it's a pretty hot take.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So guilty or not guilty solely based upon what he does with his cheeseburgers and
apples.
and apples. All right. Well, speaking of OnlyFans, let's move on. It is not necessarily safe to have sex with hundreds of men in 6 hours.
What?
I know. And I feel my heart goes out to Annie Knight.
Oh, boy.
Annie Knight.
Oh, we talked about Annie Knight.
No, this is like a trend.
Oh,
Maybe we did mention
snap.
Annie Knight, but there's the other one, Bonnie Blue.
Bonnie Blue was the first.
Yeah.
And then there's another gal in the UK who wants to beat Bonnie Blue. And
Yeah.
strangely enough, they all kind of look
Exactly the same.
They do.
very bizarre because this is the girl
Whoa.
that had sex with 583 men in 6 hours. She posted on her Instagram, being hospitalized after taking 583 men in a day was not on my 2025 bingo card.
Not
Lol.
the bingo card.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Poor father.
Yep, it's just a picture of a ragged flag. You're like, oh no, that was on your bingo card. That's your pussy now. So she was hospitalized after she banged out 583 men in 6 hours, which I'm going to say cheapens the man more than the woman.
Yeah, I mean, you're just in like a room in a line.
You're in a
like,
line in a room. You've got to stay self-hard.
Yeah.
You know, it's just
Yeah,
pain in the ass.
no one's fluffing.
No one. No, there's not enough money. Well, maybe they have a fluffer.
6 hours.
Yeah, it's a long time.
I hope they at least get a slice of pizza afterwards.
Oh, they need to carb up.
Yeah.
Maybe before. Maybe a muffin in line.
Yeah.
You want to get some fiber.
Yeah.
I mean, depending on what you're trying to do. Okay, so she says, I guess 583 guys in one day is not good for you. What happened? She's 28 years old. She had bleeding, internal bleeding.
Oh my god.
So yes, and she says, I'm not doing very well. I've been bleeding a lot since the challenge.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she says it was definitely a bit raw down there, and I did get a small cut.
Oh, you think?
That's herpes.
No.
Well, it's
what?
a cut. No, all these men have been totally
I don't
validated
know.
and tested.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, they've been. I mean, I don't think so. I doubt it. I highly doubt it.
They looked at it like, that's fine.
Also, there are men who are willing to wait in line 600 deep to go. Like, I wouldn't even wait in line to go see my favorite band,
Yeah.
Seriously.
let alone put my dick inside of this woman for. Do you know math, Kyle?
Sometimes.
Math
What
it,
is
Kyle.
583 divided by 6 hours? I have no idea.
583
Can a,
divided by
fa-
6.
can a listener on Patreon help us out?
Whoa. Everyone just relax.
I know. Use your phones for good for once. Don't just be looking up where you can.
97?
Yeah, it's like almost 100, actually. Yeah.
So it's 100 seconds each.
Yeah.
Oh, that's more than I thought.
That is more.
You could bond.
We could have a whole life together.
Wow.
Wow, I would be like, I just met you. Wow, I'm in love with you. Wow, let's be married. Oh my God, I can't believe we had kids. And now we're getting divorced all within 90 seconds.
Yeah.
I completely believe that.
Good for her. I mean, the New York Knicks lost. Don't even get me going.
Oh.
They
Wow.
changed their life in 90 seconds yesterday during the Indiana Pacer game because Jim Irsay from the heavens directed the ball into the goddamn hoop. But a cut is not the only reason the adult content creator had some negative side effects. She also says that she suffers from endometriosis, which I can't believe I just said out loud. Almost right.
That was
You killed
really
it.
good. Dude.
Wow.
Right off
Are you a
the top.
doctor?
I might be a doctor.
Did you study?
I'm a doctor.
You're an
That's
MD
nice.
now, pal.
Yeah. So she has that, and that is a condition which which affects the tissue. This is kind of gross, I guess. I don't know. Maybe not. It's where the inner lining of the uterus grows outside of it.
What?
Oh, I don't know. You know how we started the episode with uterus
What?
talk, and now we have more of it?
Yeah, no, I know.
That sounds
was-
worse than being flipped backwards.
That sounds way
No,
worse.
flip backwards is actually fantastic because then your spunk's got to climb the mountain, baby, if you want to be on top of this.
Exactly.
So she says, I'll definitely survive, but it is quite painful and unpleasant at the moment. Can someone tell me what that means?
What?
Her tissue is growing outside of her uterus.
Yeah, her uterine lining is outside.
That don't seem good.
You're the doctor.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need 97 seconds alone with this one. And I need to figure out what is going on.
It's like your stomach growing on the outside.
On the outside of what?
Your stomach.
Of her. Yeah. All right. Good for her.
Uterus inception.
So she was when she was completing her goal, she says she was shocked by how easy it was to achieve. So at the time, she was like, "This is great. This is fantastic. My hole can survive." But then, after about 24 hours later, she was like, "My hole might be suffering."
Oh no.
Yeah. She says doing 583 in a day is quite a lot. So I was a little bit worried that I was going to really struggle with it because the most I've done before that was 24 in a full day.
Wow. And that also sounds like a long day.
If she was my friend, I would say that's quite a bit.
Yes.
And I would say, I love you, but are you okay?
But are you okay?
You want to sit on this bag of ice?
Do you want to, yep, number one, bag of ice.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Number two, how's your self-worth? And not that it matters. You can be totally happy, but sometimes, people look for superficial love because they're not really loving themselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that's what's happening here. So she says the day overall was fine. But at the end of the day, she felt like she was not doing so well. It took a couple of days. She went to the hospital. But this is what she had to say when it comes to people who are demonizing her and the brave men that went to have sex with her.
Very brave.
Very brave. She says, at the end of the day, these men just want to have sex. God forbid a man has sex.
God forbid.
For 97 seconds. And then she says, it really upsets me when I see people coming after the guys and being so mean about the guys that showed up because
Why?
I feel quite protective of them.
Yeah.
Aw.
They're all part of her little ducklings.
She loves each and every one of her little hoes.
Yeah. I wonder if they're going to go to a big party and then just be like, we were all inside the same woman. We're brothers
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, they're just-
What's it called? Eskimo?
Eskimo brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, just one big group of Eskimo brothers. Maybe they come back like to like the anniversary that they did that
Yeah.
every year.
I have a couple of Eskimo brothers and they're all less attractive versions of me.
Yeah, I hate when
They're
that
like
happens.
shorter and so, now I am losing weight, but
Doing it, King.
when I'm really at my skinniest, I'll get it to the prey. At some point.
I need to know.
But yeah, they were. So I always found that mildly offensive. But anyway,
Okay, right.
it doesn't matter. But as we've talked about, I want them to be better than me, not shorter and worse and sweatier. So anyway, she is doing well. She says that she wants to remove stigma behind sex work and sex and the negativity that surrounds the word sex itself by bringing it mainstream. So there you go. Good for her.
Okay, well, she's an adult. She's made her decisions, and I hope she recovers quickly.
Quick recovery.
Yeah.
Also, that last quote was from Bella Thorne. So there's a lot of people.
Oh, come on.
OnlyFans.
Wait, but Bella Thorne got a lot of slack for that too.
Yes, well, it's a collective of women who are single-handedly saving the incel community.
Yeah.
No joke. How many shootings have been stopped because of the snooches from these women?
You know?
How many
we
men?
don't know.
How many young boys, 18 to 21-year-olds,
It's true.
were licking their guns, and then they're like, open casting call for a vagina. I'll go.
Yeah.
90 full seconds.
No,
Well, that's all. That's way more than I need.
I'm pair bonded.
I'm sure so. I wonder how many did come. That's the stat I would like to know.
She said, at least when Bonnie Blue did it, she said most of them did. But the most upsetting thing to her was that the guys who were upset because they didn't get to come, that really affected her mental health in a bad way.
Like she was so incredibly sad for them.
She felt really bad, yeah.
Oh,
But she can fix that.
She can fix that.
Make the
Well,
times
that
longer.
would, but no, she's got to keep it moving.
Yeah.
What is the fascination of the amount of guys?
It's
I don't
just for
know.
fun. They're just having fun.
They should be calling this a
That's just having fun.
mukbang.
They're just having fun. I watch a lot of competitive eating.
That's a pretty good answer.
Yeah, I literally think it is fun.
It's fun.
Yeah, why not? I mean, push your body to the limit.
Push it to the limit.
People do like pushing their bodies to the limit in a ton of different
really do.
ways. Yeah.
Well, we speak a lot about women and OnlyFans women, but let's talk about men.
Yeah. Let's.
So there's a new fashion trend, and I want to apologize for and I rarely do this, but for being a man.
Oh.
Because I think this
That's
fashion.
so sweet.
No, it's not.
Thank you.
No, it's fine.
Finally.
I
don't.
This is the shit. Oh, no one asked you. I already fucking knew that.
I would love to be a woman too. I just love to be alive
Well, okay.
every day.
Yeah.
Anyway, so men are now doing a new fashion trend that I think is about as dumb as applesauce on a cheeseburger. They are wearing soccer cleats just in public.
Oh, this is so dumb.
What?
So they're going to Trader Joe's, for example, Walmart, and they're all wearing soccer cleats.
But that doesn't sound good for the Trader Joe floor.
You can look at the video. This is going viral on TikTok. And all of these men, younger men, they're wearing soccer cleats and they sound like they're little mice running on tin because they're clicking and clacking everywhere they go. This is being dubbed hashtag boots only summer. And apparently the boots, again, are soccer cleats.
Well, then cleats only summer.
Yes, but I guess they call them boots. Everyone's wrong, right?
Yeah. That definitely sounds like a younger trend.
It sounds like, like, why'd you do that? Like in 4 months. That's the way
Right.
we live. And you don't tell anybody ever again. And like you delete that TikTok and you're like, thank you, I'm not famous. Thank God I'm not famous.
Yeah.
You know, because that would have lived with me for a while. So in one recent TikTok video, 4 men showed off their Adidas cleats with the caption, boots only summer, landed in the U.S. So this probably comes from the disgusting Europeans. Something that they did in France or maybe even Spain.
This has to be like an ironic thing.
I think everything is slightly ironic, but then it becomes not ironic, and now you're just a douchebag.
And it's
Wearing
pretty
soccer
low.
cleats.
Scratching my linoleum.
Oh my! That would make me the oldest man on earth.
Yeah.
Scratching my linoleum, like I even care. My tile in my kitchen, it doesn't get clean. I don't know why. It's made dirty by clean people. So they struck a pose in their cleats on concrete with that stupid ass caption. And then a lot of people were like, whoa, this is pretty cool. But then other people said, well, y'all are really stupid. So this is what the brand warned. There's a football boot manufacturer named Uno Zero.
Uno Zero?
Which tends to be one of the scores of a soccer match, either 1 or nothing.
Yeah.
It's a blowout.
So it's 1-0. And then they said this trend could be dangerous. They said, quote, the studs on the bottom of your boots. I thought they were talking about the guys for a second.
Hey.
They said the studs on the bottom of your boots provide traction on grass or turf, not on asphalt, concrete, or other hard surfaces. Why are we so dumb? I asked now, toss up, why are we so dumb?
We be dumb.
How are we wearing cleats on concrete in 2025?
Honestly,
We're always supposed to have flying cars and, like, I don't know, our butts holes. We're supposed to be able, like, proficient in pooping.
yeah, this is definitely a backwards move.
Well, it's because nobody plays sports anymore. They're like, oh, these look cool.
It's because they don't want to admit that they just want to wear heels.
Wear fucking heels.
Just
Get
wear
it?
heels,
Sure.
dude. Don't even wear, but the heels are made so that they don't destroy the floor and your foot.
I did see a gal in New York.
That shit looks like it should be attached to fucking roller skates.
I agree. I'm completely on board with you. In New York, for those that don't know, New York City, it's mostly grates, mostly storm grates and subway grates.
Oh man.
Which is why if you look at that picture of Marilyn Monroe where the subway grate is like blowing up her dress,
Yeah.
she probably got herpes from that. I mean, it's disgusting. It's the exhaust.
Dude.
Yes, it's the exhaust
It
from
feels
the
so gross.
It's so gross, and it's like in the summertime, it's like warm and strangely wet.
Yeah.
In the wintertime, sadly, because you're so cold, you're like, it kind of feels nice. But again, it's
Smells
you
terrible.
have to remember, you can't breathe.
don't breathe. It's farts. It's city fart.
Yeah.
So I did see a woman get her heel stuck in one of those.
Oh my god.
And that was really devastating.
Oh,
for
I
her.
saw that too. Snapped. She fell
Snapped
right
off.
down. Yeah.
She fell, and obviously she was drunk, and then she started crying, then her friends started crying, and then I walked by.
you just run away.
And I was like,
That's
thank God I'm not in that group.
hilarious. As New Yorkers do.
So these guys are just going to end up looking like dipshits outside of every sports bar they go to get hammered at.
Yep.
When they start falling over the fucking storm grapes. Grapes.
Grapes.
Grapes.
Grapes.
I'm just thinking about food. So, according to the manufacturer, they say when you take them cleats out of their element, you risk damaging the studs, which affect their performance and longevity. Damaged studs not only reduce grip, but they can also make your boots uncomfortable, potentially causing blisters or poor fit.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to fuck up their foot more than anything. And also, like you said, whatever, they're not playing the sport.
They're not playing the
So
sport.
they don't need to worry about damaging like the
No.
functionality of the shoe.
Nope.
They need to worry about falling on their asses.
They need to worry about getting jobs. What are they
Also
going to
that.
do? Like, what's the future?
Yeah.
I love that we're officially over the idea that children are the future. Because they're all like little.
No,
they're
we're
all
not
little,
over that.
Oh, I'm over it. No, they're all
We're
little
not
Nazis.
over that.
All the next generation.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. They're little Hitlers.
No, but then they're also like hippies all the way on the other side. There's one and one.
Hippies are one burglar away from being Hitlers. No one's a hippie. And then you got like Ben and Jerry, who are billionaires because they killed half of the population with obesity.
I'm dead.
Not you guys.
Huh?
Not you guys, Ben and Jerry.
We didn't
No,
kill
not
the
us.
population.
No. Yeah.
We don't even make ice cream.
We don't make fucking ice cream. If anything, we would probably make.
wish.
What would be the dish that we would make? I need to have some cheese involved.
Oh, I was gonna say I would put
Applesauce and
oat milk.
cheese.
What's that?
Applesauce and cheese.
No. What were you gonna say, Jerry?
Applesauce in my ice cream and oat milk.
Well, we out of business. But now we're out of business right away. So this is called bloke core. And they say it's called bloke core. That's what I'm saying. It's from Europe.
This is definitely from
And so what you do is you wear cargo pants or cut off shorts, or you can even wear skirts. And then you have to wear these stupid ass soccer cleats.
Just say you want to dress however you want to dress, dude. There's a rainbow sock connected to one of those cleats. You know, it's okay to be gay.
Yeah, but I feel like they think that they're being real strong.
Yeah.
I think this
And
is a
that's fine,
psyop
too.
made by the cleat companies to make people buy more cleats.
Once all these fat fucking kids stop, playing sports, you got to sell these cleats somehow.
Exactly.
And of
they're
course-
like, oh, those look cool. What are those shoes for?
I say that with all the love, as I was a fat fucking kid who would have loved not to play sports, except for my little wrestling where I got to play grab ass.
Yeah.
Punish people. Anyway,
That's funny. I think this company is going to move backwards to making sneakers.
just do it.
Yeah. Because they're
Just
going to be
do it.
like, hey, have a pair of sneakers that is really like your cleats, but it doesn't have the damaging stuff in the heels, but it's still like
Yeah.
a little bit of heels under it. And then have this shoe instead.
Aren't they going to start cracking all the floors of the stores and stuff?
Yeah.
And then the stores going to be like, no cleats allowed. And
Yeah.
then what are we doing? Then all of a sudden, it seems like mostly a Caucasian issue. Now this is R, like no hats allowed, no hoodies allowed. Be like, that's actually racist.
No
because I know what
cleats.
no cleats actually mean no whites.
Well, that's getting pretty deep about it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We always go deep here on the show.
Yeah, that's what we do. I think it's just I think it would just be really annoying to be in that same grocery store when they come in and you're just trying to like go for some cereal and coffee, and then they're like, and also children's laughter. I hate that.
Oh, yeah, the kids are going to be laughing at him.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, let's move on to some animal news.
Okay.
A raccoon. This is the 6th raccoon in Long Island that has been officially rabid. It's a rabid raccoon.
Wow.
And it's
I
been,
thought they were all rabid.
well, this means that it has rabies.
I thought they all had rabies.
No,
No, if they're awake during the day, they have rabies.
wow.
If they're awake in the daytime, that's what makes them have rabies?
Yeah.
They're
It
vampires.
ruins their whole nocturnal. Yeah, they're nocturnal.
Okay.
I did not know that.
We're here to
neither.
learn.
A 6th rabid raccoon has been found in the same Long Island town since January. This is sparking a lot of concerns. The diseased varmints have turned up in Amityville. Ooh. Obviously, the home of the Amityville haunting. According to Suffolk Health Commissioner Gregson Piggott,
Whoa.
his last name is Pigott.
Pig.
Pigget.
He sounds like he doesn't like pigs.
Don't be such a pigget, dude.
Don't be a pigget, bro.
That's not
Stop,
cool.
stop fucking all the pigs. Stop being such a pigget. So he says, I think there's a lot of concern there. People are outside more. They're walking around gathering, and they have their pets outside. It's more of an opportunity to interact with wildlife. That's what he says. And so a lot of these raccoons are apparently going up to people and fucking with their animals. And Piggott says, this ain't very good.
Wow, and for Pigget to say that.
It's a big deal.
Wow.
He's a real Pigget.
I love that he got into animal shit.
Yeah.
His last name's Piggott.
He comes from a long line of Piggets.
Yeah.
He had to, uphold the family name.
He married Virginia Horseman.
Yeah.
And isn't that nice? The Horseman Piggott wedding.
Aw,
Isn't that sweet?
very.
She tore him up. So, a rabid bat was also seen in Suffolk. So
Whoa.
there's everyone in Suffolk County is rabid.
Yeah,
That's what
sounds
we're
like
saying.
it.
That's what they're saying.
That's where the zombies will start.
Yeah.
Island.
Oh my God, Long Island. Give me a braid. Yeah, give your braids. Like, oh my God.
fuck
Go Mets. Your braids, can I get the brains and go Mets? He
Oh,
said,
man.
residents should look for a raccoon that appears disoriented, walking in circles, or is more aggressive than usual. Usually raccoons avoid people. If the raccoon seems to be more aggressive or wants to interact, Just run the other way. And I would replace the word raccoons with Long Islanders. Yes, usually Long Islanders avoid people. If the Long Islander seems to be more aggressive or wants to interact, just run the other way.
I totally agree with that.
Because they are scary.
That is hilarious.
Because their teams are always failing miserably.
Yeah.
They got this Bureau of Public Health Protection. They got the cutest cartoon little dead raccoon I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they say, report dead raccoons for further testing.
Whoa, that's wild. My aunt and uncle live like a neighborhood away from Babylon.
Do not touch the raccoon. You call and let them test it.
You have to.
Oh, I want it.
No, we don't. We don't want it. Listen, when I was living in New York City, I had a raccoon try to break into my home.
Cute.
Did I tell you about
Yeah,
this?
with his little finger.
I hated it so much. I heard his
open the
little.
door.
He came in 4th floor apartment building.
Yeah.
He scaled up the fire escape. Tried to rob me
Well-
at 4 a.m.
Don't you believe in romance?
No,
What if it was a prince?
I do not. I woke up just scared for my life that someone just hopped on my fire escape
So
and was
thank
trying
God-
to open the window.
Thank God then it was just a raccoon.
I was so pissed off that it was a raccoon.
Yeah.
There's
I
these
mean, either way, you're kind of yelling a racial slur, aren't you?
Oh my God.
Piggott sounds like a racial slur.
It
really
really does.
They're so cute though when they're not completely full of rabies and trying to rob people.
They are so
I
cute.
have never
They-
trusted one since.
They always wash their food, so there's like videos of people giving them cotton candy and they wash it and it just disappears. They're like,
I
no!
hate it. Oh, I hate it.
It's so cute.
I don't, it
They
is
don't know where
not.
it went.
I don't like it.
They don't know where the cotton candy went.
They are officially my enemy.
Well, I think they're cute. So they learn how to forage. So at a late summer point, there's a lot more food around. And then they say, but they do say you can bait them. It's an oral bait.
Hey.
Which, by the way,
As opposed to anal bait?
yes, I do think maybe a blow bang of 583 guys for 90 seconds. That would actually probably be more difficult. Now that I think about it,
Then what?
than a vaginal bang. Vaginal or oral. There's 2 different ways to do it.
No, honestly, you could really fuck up your jaw.
Exactly. So the oral bait, it's like a small ketchup packet.
That's another drag name.
Oral bait. We come up with them. And that's tucked away in fish-flavored Big Biscuits. So you put the ketchup-like packet on a fish-flavored Big Biscuit, and then they say it'll stop in its tracks, and it'll eat it. And they also say that will stop the spread of this virus as well in its tracks. So there you go. Killing raccoons just for fun.
Okay.
Yep. Thanks, Uncle Sam.
I guess that's what they have to do now that they got that serial killer off of the streets.
Another thing that raccoons love is cereal.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Just lastly, Jerry,
What?
what do you feel when someone...
I don't feel.
You feel.
Yeah, you liar.
I know. I feel so much.
I mean, I love you. But yeah, not even but. Because
That's
you
it.
feel. I love
Yeah.
you because you feel.
I feel hard.
You feel very hard.
I hate
and
it.
Then you kind of punch.
Yeah.
So there was a woman and somebody accidentally took a photo of her in New York. Has that ever happened to you?
Yes.
And she was real pissed. She's like, don't fucking take pictures of me. But she didn't realize the guy, he's an amateur photographer, AKA everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
I take pictures.
Everyone's an amateur photographer. What does it mean to be bona fide as a photographer? You get paid, I guess.
I
But
guess you get paid.
so she was stylish. She was in heels and a leather jacket.
What it means is that she would probably also know that he was taking a picture of her.
He says he was just taking pictures for his amateur photography Instagram.
Got
right?
it.
But she was like, don't fucking take a picture of me, right? So then she raged out on him. This was on Houston Street in Varick. So Varick Street near Houston Street. So we've all been there before. Also, if you are in New York, it's Houston, not Houston, because when I first got there, I was like, where's Houston Street? And they're like, it's
They're like,
Houston.
"It's Houston."
You're not from here. And I was like,
Houston.
okay, technically, but it is Houston. But anyway, it's Houston.
It's not Houston. It's
I know.
Houston.
It's named after a person with the last name Houston.
It's in Soho.
It's in Soho.
Yeah.
And so this was
Wow.
not happy with the picture being taken. So what did she do?
What did she do?
She went up to the guy. She punched him. And then the guy
I love that.
The guy was like, hey, what you doing that for? But then she escalated. She slugged him in the shoulder, and then
Oof.
she took a pair of scissors,
Uh-oh.
and then she stabbed him in the back.
Okay, well, a little overkill, guy.
Yeah, then she stormed off into the Varick Street station at the subway.
Wow.
But cops are all mad at her, and this guy's all mad, so they're looking for her. The victim
Aw.
refused medical attention, But I do think that she just has scissors ready to go, which is really an indictment on the city as a whole.
Is it?
Yeah, because she's
No,
like,
no,
I have my lucky stabbing scissors just in case.
You don't know what she does for a living, though.
Could be a seamstress,
Well, wouldn't you leave that at the office?
She could be in. She could
a professional scissorer.
Yeah.
arts and crafts with girls.
I know all about it.
No, you don't.
I've seen the footage.
Oh my god.
Actually, watching two women scissor is not very sexual for the male fantasy because you don't really see anything.
Because you're not.
It looks itchy.
Because you're not partaking.
Exactly. It
Looks
looks
very-
difficult.
very
itchy.
itchy.
It looks itchy.
I'm like,
really-
I
it's
start
hard.
getting itchy. I'm like, fuck, I really start getting itchy now.
Because you don't have a clitoris.
Yeah, thank God. Well, I
mean-
mean, it's close enough.
Some people say, male anal sex is against God, but then you watch scissor and you're like, no, that's against God.
That's against God.
Wait, what's the point of that?
That's
You look
double
like
not getting pregnant.
You look like a starfish in there.
You're not supposed to get it. You're not invited.
I know.
That's it.
That's why I don't even comment on lesbian activity or lesbian sexual content like
Yes.
that. I watch male-driven lesbians have sex for the male gaze.
Yep. That makes sense.
At one point, she was wearing sunglasses, but then apparently she took them off. Then she fled down to the underground. So cops are really looking for this chick, and they're all mad, as I said.
I would
and that's
be.
her.
Yeah.
I don't know if this guy deserved this. I don't think he probably did deserve to get stabbed in the back with a pair of knives.
No, that was
or
way
with a
too
pair
much.
of scissors, rather, like knives. So anyway, if you have any information on the whereabouts, she seems stressed.
She seems Russian,
Ooh.
and they don't fuck
she
around.
Seems Russian?
No, she doesn't have to be. There's a giant cultural cesspool out there. She could be Albanian.
Yeah,
She-
you know, a cesspool.
There's not
That
that
sounded.
Albanians.
There is.
I didn't find out about the Albanians till I moved to Los Angeles.
Oh, really? I
They
grew
let
up
you
with them
know.
in Queens.
Really?
I never heard of Armenians until I moved to Los
Oh, I'm
Angeles.
thinking of Armenians.
Yeah. Armenians here.
Albanians.
Albanians are out in Queens.
I'm so stiff. God, I got my racism all wrong.
Yeah. It happens. It happens
Also-
to the best of us.
For the notes here, Kayatola has said some wild things, but I think Jerry just took the cake by calling a group of people a cesspool.
A cultural cesspool. It's a cultural
Geratola.
cesspool.
Yeah.
Don't you tola me.
Wow, you are.
We
getting- that
tola
was-
you.
You've been
Told the
told.
line
I
on
don't
that.
know. I am no
Isn't that
tola.
amazing what cute girls can get away with?
I do not
a whole people a
identify.
cesspool, or you could become president.
A bunch of cult. Okay, you know what?
All right, let's move on to the chat. What do we got for Patreon?
Okay, well, really quick,
Okay, go
can
ahead.
I just say,
Yes?
if anything, if she looks anything to me, she definitely looks traumatized.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like, what if she went through something and she's like just kind of freaking out anytime anyone looks at her?
Maybe she just finished walking through Little Albania and was sick of the
The cesspool that
The
is.
cesspool that is.
You know what, you guys
I
say
agree with
all
you.
types of shit,
I agree with
all types of shit. And I stick by my words. It is a cultural cesspool.
So Chris G in the Patreon chat says they're talking about the endometriosis.
Oh yeah. I'm the one who said it right
Endometriosis.
today.
It says typically refers to a uterine prolapse where the uterus descends into the vagina due to a weakened pelvic floor. And he said, so it's like tennis elbow for the vagina.
Oh. Well, that's a way to break that news.
And then Brittany says that's a vaginal prolapse, Chris. So there's, dissent.
There's
amongst-
debate. I'm so happy we're delving into that.
I've never
Yeah.
liked the word prolapse.
No, it sounds hurtful.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Sometimes, speaking of pornography, sometimes you're watching some, butt stuff, and next thing you know, that the thing is out, and you're like, oh, that's wow.
You
What the
got
heck is-"
rosebud.
Yeah, but I don't see the sexual stuff because that's the inside of their butthole. But anyway, go on.
Brittany is talking about this woman saying that she's looking for moose and squirrel, and that man was blowing her cover.
Oh, okay.
Rocky and
Bullwinkle.
Bullwinkle.
A Bullwinkle reference, one of the newer cartoons out there.
Yes. And Jeff is telling us that the LA Armenian Mafia just had a big arrest today.
Oh, as in they were all
They arrested someone?
No, they got arrested.
Oh.
Well,
The cesspool that the Armenians are.
whoa! Don't honestly.
Wow,
don't. We're too
dude. That's
close
not,
to,
a cesspool is not one people.
Yeah, that is too close to home.
So,
I do not want to
Jesus
piss off the
child.
Armenians. I've had a couple of Armenian
Yeah.
Uber drivers, and they just start going.
Yeah.
They don't see you as a passenger; they see you as an audience.
Body.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. We have another fantastic episode coming up for you. Anything else, guys?
no.
No, fantastic. All right, everyone. Hail yourself. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.